Welcome to the Lone Star State, a land renowned for its vast landscapes, boundless opportunities, and cultural tapestry blending the old with the new. Texas is where innovation meets tradition, where thriving cityscapes intersect with unrivaled natural beauty. With its booming economy and welcoming ethos, Texas continues to be a magnet for dreamers and doers alike. Known for its resilience and pioneering spirit, this state offers a rich tapestry of experiences that promises adventure, exploration, and profound discoveries. Let's first take a leisurely stroll through one of Texas's hidden gems, the Cave Without a Name. This underground wonderland, discovered in 1939, enchants with its majestic chambers and stunning formations. Beyond its natural beauty, the cave also serves as a historical and cultural venue, often filled with the sounds of music that enhance its exquisite acoustics. Meanwhile, in the heart of Texas, Elon Musk is crafting a futuristic vision that is groundbreaking. From Tesla's Gigafactory to SpaceX's ambitious Starbase launch site, Musk's innovative endeavors in Texas highlight the synergy between the state's unyielding drive and vast potential. And not to forget, Castroville, often dubbed the Little Alsace of Texas, where the town's French roots come alive in its architecture, cuisine, and customs, offering a slice of Europe deep in Texas soil. It's a place where history is preserved in the very fabric of daily life. But Texas is not without its challenges. Tornado season looms large over Tornado Alley, where Texans face dramatic and unpredictable weather patterns that bring about formidable storms. The threat of tornadoes, while common, never ceases to inspire both caution and awe, as communities come together with robust emergency plans and steadfast support. Moreover, the mystique of Palo Duro Canyon, America's second largest, is itself a spectacle of nature's raw, unbridled power. Though its beauty captivates, it faces threats from erosion, wildfires, and flash floods, reminding us of the balance between appreciating and protecting the world's marvels. Lastly, the ongoing droughts have laid bare prehistoric remnants along the Paluxy River, unveiling dinosaur tracks and invoking a call to action against the pressing climate change impacts already altering Texas's landscape. Before we start, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And now, let's dive in. Number 10. Texas Tornado Alley. In the heart of spring, when the skies over Texas seem calm and wide, a sudden shift in the wind can change everything. One moment, sunlight warms the plains. The next, dark clouds begin to spin. This is Tornado Alley, the most tornado-prone region in North America. Tornado Alley runs straight through Texas, but it doesn't stop there. It stretches north through Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska, and reaches into parts of South Dakota, Missouri, and Iowa. Still, no other state sees more tornadoes each year than Texas. On average, around 140 tornadoes strike the Lone Star State annually. Most hit between March and June, but some come earlier or later. The Panhandle, North Texas, and Central Texas sit right in the path. Flat land, big skies, and clashing air systems make this part of the country the perfect setup for violent storms. Warm, humid air rises from the Gulf of Mexico. It meets cold, dry air rushing down from the Rockies. Where these systems collide, supercells are born. Powerful rotating storms that can spawn tornadoes with little warning. Some tornadoes touch down for just a moment. Others stay on the ground for miles, leaving trails of destruction. They tear roofs off homes. They twist steel and uproot trees. They flip cars and scatter debris like confetti. Tornadoes don't follow rules. They strike towns, suburbs, farms, and highways. They can appear in daylight or under the cover of night. Some arrive silently until they're almost on top of you. Others roar in like freight trains, giving people only seconds to react. But Texans are built for moments like these. We respect the land. We know how quickly the weather can turn. Families keep emergency plans. Schools practice drills. Meteorologists work overtime tracking storm cells. And when disaster hits, neighbors show up with chainsaws, blankets, and a helping hand. Still, even with all that strength and preparation, tornadoes remain a constant threat. The population keeps growing. New homes are being built in high-risk areas, and climate patterns are shifting in unpredictable ways. Some experts say Tornado Alley may be moving east, but Texas is far from safe. Rural areas are especially vulnerable. Sirens may be miles away. Cell service might be weak. A twister can sweep through a quiet pasture and hit a small town before anyone sees it coming. Response time matters, and sometimes, nature moves faster than we do. Living in Texas means living with the sky, We celebrate its beauty, but we never forget its power. Tornadoes are part of our story. Terrifying, destructive, but survivable when Texans face them together. Have you ever seen a tornado with your own eyes? What would you do if one touched down near your home? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below, and let's talk about what it means to stand strong in Tornado Alley. Number 9. Cave without a name. What if a simple hole in the ground turned out to be a gateway to one of Texas's most breathtaking underground wonders? That's exactly what happened in 1939 on a quiet Texas ranch. What looked like an ordinary sinkhole in the limestone terrain was hiding something extraordinary. The cave without a name, a natural masterpiece waiting to be discovered. It all started when a group of local kids stumbled across the hole. Adventurous and curious, they climbed down with flashlights and ropes. What they found left them speechless. A massive cavern stretched before them, glittering with formations that looked like something out of a fairy tale. The land where the cave was found belonged to Jim Horn, a local rancher. When news of the discovery spread through the nearby town of Bourne, Jim quickly realized the cave's potential. With the help of his neighbors, he began preparing it for public tours. By 1940, visitors were descending into the cave to marvel at its otherworldly beauty. But the name of the cave was still undecided. To solve the problem, a contest was held. Names poured in from all over, but one stood out above the rest. A young girl reportedly said, "This cave is too beautiful to have a name." The owners loved the sentiment, and from that moment on, it was officially called the Cave Without a Name. Descending into the cave is like stepping into another world. Visitors are greeted by massive chambers filled with stalactites and stalagmites, as well as delicate draperies and flowstone formations. The largest chamber, known as the throne room, is especially breathtaking. It's named for a towering column that resembles a throne. Beyond its visual beauty, the cave has also revealed some fascinating secrets. Archaeologists have uncovered animal bones and ancient tools inside, suggesting it may have been used by early humans thousands of years ago. With its constant 66-degree temperature, it would have been a perfect shelter. The Cave Without a Name isn't just a geological wonder, it's also a concert hall. Thanks to its incredible acoustics, the throne room has hosted live music performances for decades. From classical ensembles to jazz quartets, musicians come from all over to perform in this unique setting. Imagine hearing the deep tones of a cello or the soft strum of a guitar echoing through the chamber. It's a sound unlike any other, and it's drawn audiences back year after year. Seasonal concerts, such as Christmas performances, are especially popular, adding to the cave's reputation as a cultural destination. Over the years, the cave has inspired its fair share of legends. Some say it holds a secret second entrance, possibly leading to undiscovered chambers. Others claim treasure hunters once searched for gold here, though nothing has ever been found. While the cave hasn't yet made its Hollywood debut, it has appeared in independent films and commercials. Its ethereal beauty makes it a perfect backdrop for stories of mystery and adventure. Have you ever visited this cave? Share your impression in comments. Number 8. Dinosaurs Are Back. You've probably heard that climate change helped wipe out the dinosaurs. But now, in a twist of history, it's climate change that is revealing more of the world they left behind, right here in Texas. During a record-setting drought in 2022, parts of the Paluxy River in Dinosaur Valley State Park ran dry. As the water receded, it exposed something truly extraordinary, a new set of fossilized dinosaur tracks, hidden beneath the riverbed for more than 100 million years. These tracks belong to some of the largest creatures to ever walk the earth. Paleontologists believe they were made by two species, Acrocanthosaurus, a fierce predator similar to a T-Rex, and Sauroposeidon, a long-necked herbivore that stood up to 60 feet tall. The Acrocanthosaurus left sharp, three-toed prints as it stomped through the mud in search of prey. Nearby, the massive Sauroposeidon left huge, rounded impressions as it slowly walked through the same landscape, what was then a shallow, swampy shoreline near an ancient sea. These newly uncovered tracks are among the best preserved ever found in North America. Experts say the clarity of the prints is stunning. You can see the claw marks and even the shape of individual toes. It's as close as we can get to watching a dinosaur take a step. The tracks were preserved thanks to a perfect mix of conditions. Millions of years ago, dinosaurs walked through soft mud. Then, layers of sediment quickly covered the footprints, turning them to stone over time. Today, they remain buried beneath the Paluxy River unless the water disappears. And that's exactly what happened during the 2022 drought. As rainfall dropped and river levels fell, Texans noticed more exposed rock along the riverbed. Park rangers and scientists moved quickly to document the new discoveries before the water returned. Texans were thrilled. Families, students, and travelers came to see the tracks with their own eyes. Many described the experience as magical, like touching a page of Earth's ancient story. Local volunteers even helped clean and protect the tracks, showing true Texas pride in preserving natural history. While these discoveries are exciting, they also serve as a powerful reminder. The same climate extremes that uncovered the tracks also threaten the ecosystems around them. Prolonged droughts can damage fragile environments and limit access to fresh water across the state. Still, Texans face these challenges head-on, just as they always have. Scientists, park staff, and volunteers continue working together to protect these ancient footprints and the land that holds them. Dinosaur Valley State Park remains one of Texas's most incredible places, where past and present come together in stunning detail. Now we'd love to hear from you. Would you visit Dinosaur Valley to walk where dinosaurs once roamed? What would it feel like to stand in a footprint left 100 million years ago? Share your thoughts in the comments. We can't wait to read what you think. Number 7. Batman would be jealous. What if your backyard was hiding a secret so incredible it could change everything? That's exactly what happened to Denise Schubert and her husband. When they bought their property in 2004, they noticed something unusual. A small hole in the ground where air seemed to blow out, making the nearby weeds sway. For years, it remained just a curiosity until 2022, when they finally decided to investigate. With the help of archaeologists and students, they began digging, uncovering something extraordinary, an Edwards Aquifer cave with multiple chambers. The deeper they went, the larger the rooms became. One chamber was estimated to be 2 to 3 times the size of their biggest room, which already measured an impressive 28 by 30 feet. The Schuberts fell in love with their newfound treasure, dedicating time and care to preserve it. There are also 3,500 acres of nature conservancy in the surrounding area, which includes natural bridge caverns. But now, Schuberts decided to sell their unique property. Realtor Lori Largan describes it as, like having your very own natural bridge caverns in your backyard. Since the listing gained media attention, interest has been overwhelming, with buyers eager to see this one-of-a-kind home. Denise has loved giving tours and sharing the cave's wonders, and she hopes the next owner will cherish it just as much. This cave, it's truly priceless, she says. While the sale is now pending, the story of this incredible backyard discovery continues to capture imaginations. And would you buy a house with your own cave for $875,000? Share in the comments. Number 6. Musk's trillion-dollar plan. Elon Musk's connection to Texas didn't begin overnight. Long before moving his businesses, he was already planting the seeds of a major transformation. It all started in Boca Chica, a small coastal village near the Gulf of Mexico. That's where SpaceX built Starbase, its rocket testing and launch site. This remote Texas location gave Musk exactly what California couldn't: space to experiment, freedom from heavy regulations, and a much lower cost of doing business. At Starbase, SpaceX has tested Starship rockets and developed a unique company town. Some streets were renamed by the company, and housing was built for staff. There's even a small private school nearby called Ad Astra, created for SpaceX employees' children. But SpaceX is just the beginning. In Austin, Musk announced plans for a new university, supported by a $100 million donation. The school will focus on STEM education, including AI, robotics, and sustainable technologies. Classes will be held in person and online, starting with a small number of students and expanding over time. Then came the headline move: Tesla's Gigafactory in Austin. In 2021, Musk officially relocated Tesla's headquarters from California to Texas. The Gigafactory produces electric vehicles, batteries, and eventually, humanoid robots. The facility is massive, but Musk sees it as just the start. Just east of Austin in Bastrop, Musk also relocated the Boring Company, focused on tunnel building and Hyperloop technology. What was once pasture land is now Hyperloop Plaza, home to research labs, company housing, and even a planned mini-city called Snailbrook. This planned town includes homes, warehouses, a sports complex, and even a putting green. Nearby, SpaceX operates a large warehouse where Starlink terminals are manufactured. In just 10 months, the company produced over 1 million home internet kits, a huge step toward global satellite internet coverage. Also in Bastrop, Musk's brain-computer interface company, Neuralink, is building a $14 million office and testing facility. It sits between Tesla and Boring Company sites and will support human trials and further development of implantable neural devices. And finally, there's X, formerly known as Twitter. In 2024, Musk announced the social media giant would move its headquarters to the Austin area, most likely near his other operations in Bastrop. Musk plans to integrate XAI into the platform, turning X into a full-scale tech ecosystem. Musk's decision to shift to Texas wasn't just personal, it was strategic. Texas offers wide-open land, fewer restrictions, low taxes, and a pro-business climate. Governor Abbott confirmed that discussions with Musk began as early as 2020. From rockets to robots to brain chips and AI, Texas is now home to the boldest projects of the world's most talked-about entrepreneur. Would you ever want to live in a town built by Elon Musk? Or study at his future university? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Number 5. Epic City. In the heart of Texas, where freedom is a sacred value and identity runs deep, a bold and unsettling plan has begun to stir real debate. It's called Epic City, a proposed town designed from the ground up for Muslim families only. Not just a neighborhood, not just a district, but an entire city, built around one religion, one culture, and one way of life. At first glance, it looks like a peaceful vision. Tree-lined streets, solar-powered homes, schools, clinics, and grocery stores. But at the center of everything, mosques, Islamic schools, modest dress codes, and a strong emphasis on religious structure. Supporters say it's a dream. Critics say it's a warning. But to understand why this project exists, you have to look at what led to it. Across the U.S., and yes, even in Texas, Muslim Americans have faced growing hostility. Girls in hijabs have been bullied in schools. Mosques have been vandalized. For many Muslim families, the American promise of freedom doesn't always feel like a promise kept. So for some, Epic City isn't just a plan, it's a necessary refuge. A place to live without fear of hate, judgment, or violence. A place where children can walk to Islamic school without being stared at. Where women can wear what they choose without fear of attack. Where the call to prayer won't be met with complaints, but with respect. But here's where it gets complicated. This is Texas. Governor Greg Abbott quickly voiced strong opposition. His office called the project troubling, raising concerns about cultural isolation, foreign influence, and whether a faith-based city would uphold Texas values. Texans across the political spectrum have weighed in, some defending religious freedom, others fearing the creation of a parallel society behind invisible walls. The planned location is far from major cities. The developers chose a quiet rural stretch of land. Some say it's for peace. Others say it's for control. Renderings show clean streets, Islamic architecture, and families living within what looks to outsiders like a gated world apart. Epic City has sparked something deeper than a zoning debate. It's raised fears that America is fragmenting, people building entire cities to escape one another. And yet, for the Muslim families behind this project, it's not about escape. It's about survival, dignity, and reclaiming a sense of safety in a country that often feels hostile. So where does Texas draw the line? The state has long prided itself on doing things differently, on welcoming newcomers and on standing up for personal liberty. But what happens when those newcomers want to build a city governed by their own religious code? Is this just another step in the Texas tradition of bold experimentation? Or is it a step too far? Number 4. Castroville. Tucked away just west of San Antonio is a quiet Texas town with a surprising twist, Castroville, known as the Little Alsace of Texas. This charming community was founded in 1844 by immigrants from the Alsace region of France. And to this day, it still holds tightly to those French roots, offering visitors a unique blend of European tradition and Texas pride. Walking through Castroville feels like stepping into a forgotten corner of France. The homes are unlike anything else in the state. Many are made from thick limestone with steep, sloped roofs and wooden shutters. Some have been standing for over 150 years, lovingly preserved by generations of proud Texans. Every detail tells a story, from the hand-laid stone walls to the carefully tended gardens out front. At the heart of the town stands the beautiful St. Louis Catholic Church. Built in the mid-1800s, it's more than a place of worship. It's a symbol of the town's faith, strength, and deep connection to its French heritage. Inside, the high ceilings and stained glass windows create a peaceful atmosphere that speaks to the devotion of the settlers who built it. What makes Castroville stand out isn't just the architecture, it's the feeling you get when you're there. The streets are quiet, lined with oak trees and historic homes. Locals wave as you pass by. There's a sense that time moves a little slower here, and that's a good thing. It gives you the chance to soak it all in. Texas is known for its cultural diversity, and Castroville is a perfect example of that. The settlers from Alsace brought more than just building styles. They brought customs, recipes, and even a dialect that once echoed in these streets. While much of the old Alsatian language has faded, the spirit behind it remains strong. One of the best ways to feel the town's heritage is through its food. Local bakeries still make hearty Alsatian bread. At certain times of the year, festivals bring out traditional dishes and family recipes passed down through the generations. Even the pastries have a European touch, blending perfectly with Texas hospitality. Just outside the town, you'll find wide fields and farmland, a reminder that these early settlers worked hard to build a life from the land. Today, Castroville still celebrates its agricultural roots. Small farms, family businesses, and local shops keep the town running with care and pride. Have you ever been to a town that surprised you with its history? What other places in Texas do you think have hidden European roots? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. Number 3. South Padre Island. Padre Island, National Seashore, is one of the most stunning natural treasures in Texas. Stretching along more than 70 miles of untouched coastline, it's the longest undeveloped barrier island on the planet. With its crystal-clear waters, gentle breezes, and soft sandy beaches, Padre Island is a favorite getaway spot for Texans and visitors alike. People travel from all over the country to relax, swim, and enjoy this beautiful part of Texas. But these islands aren't just about leisure. They hide a special secret beneath their sands. Padre Island is home to a remarkable wildlife conservation story: the protection of endangered Kemp's Ridley sea turtles. Each spring, something incredible happens here. Female Kemp's Ridley turtles travel hundreds of miles, returning to the exact beach where they were born. Padre Island's soft sands provide the ideal nesting spot for these gentle creatures to lay their eggs. Scientists say these turtles choose Padre Island because it's quiet, safe, and free from the bright lights and disturbances found in developed coastal areas. After laying their eggs, the female turtles return to the ocean, leaving the next generation in the care of Texas conservationists. Park rangers and dedicated volunteers watch over these precious nests around the clock. They carefully protect the eggs from predators and human disturbances until they are ready to hatch. When the eggs finally hatch, usually after about 2 months, hundreds of tiny hatchlings burst out of the sand. They instinctively rush toward the Gulf of Mexico, guided by moonlight reflecting off the water. Visitors gather quietly, amazed to witness this unforgettable scene of nature in action. Texans play an essential role in the survival of these tiny turtles. Conservation teams carefully clear pathways for hatchlings, removing obstacles like debris and seaweed. Sometimes volunteers gently carry weaker turtles closer to the water, ensuring as many as possible make it safely into the ocean. Once in the sea, the hatchlings swim hundreds of miles, beginning an incredible journey toward deep ocean waters. Many of these turtles will eventually return to Padre Island years later, completing the cycle and bringing new life to Texas shores. Thanks to these passionate conservation efforts, Kemp's Ridley sea turtles, once critically endangered, have a growing population. Padre Island's Turtle Protection Program is considered one of the most successful wildlife conservation stories in America. Want to help us grow? Share our new video on X. Every share counts. Number 2. The most desirable state to live. From 1810 to 1960, New York was the most populated state. It was also the most influential state in the United States. This lasted from the Third American Census. However, by 1970, things started to change. Many people began moving west and south. This big migration allowed California to become more populous than New York. This shift marked the start of California's population lead. By 1990, about 12% of Americans lived in California. This percentage has stayed fairly consistent over the years. While California was growing, Texas also saw its population increase a lot. By the year 2000, Texas had more people than New York. It became the second most populous state. Texas had 20.85 million people. California had 33.9 million people at that time. Over the next 20 years, California's population grew. It reached 39.5 million people. Texas also grew to 29.1 million people. This growth reduced the population gap. The difference went from 13 million to just over 10 million. The COVID-19 pandemic caused a significant change. For the first time, California's population decreased. It lost 500,000 residents between 2020 and 2022. This was due to more people leaving the state. Fewer people were also moving into California. This decline had another consequence. California lost a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives. In contrast, Texas gained many new residents. It added 884,100 people during the same period. This further narrowed the population difference between the two states. As of 2023, California's population is around 39 million. Texas has grown to approximately 31.2 million people. If these trends continue, Texas might have more people than California by the 2040s. The growth in Texas is happening in many areas. It is especially noticeable in the cities. The Dallas-Fort Worth area has added almost 1.5 million residents since 2010. Now it has a total of 7.8 million people. It is expected to become the third largest metropolitan area in the U.S. by the mid-2030s. Other cities in Texas are also growing quickly. These include Houston, San Antonio, and Austin. Together, these cities form the Texas Triangle. This is a very populated mega-region with over 22 million people. It is quickly becoming one of the most important areas in the U.S. It is comparable to Southern California and the Northeast megalopolis. By the 2030s, the population of the Texas Triangle is expected to be as large as Southern California's. The rapid population growth in Texas is due to its strong economy. It is also creating many job opportunities. Hidden Discovery needs your help. When you subscribe to this video, YouTube sees it as a signal that the content is worth sharing. And now, we move on. Number 1. Palo Duro Canyon. In the Texas Panhandle just south of Amarillo stretches a vast and colorful canyon known as Palo Duro. It's the second largest canyon in the United States. Only the Grand Canyon is bigger. With its steep cliffs, towering rock walls, and painted layers of red and orange earth, it draws visitors from all over the country. It's a natural masterpiece, carved by time and shaped by wind and erosion. But beneath its beauty lies a quiet danger. The land around Palo Duro is fragile. It's constantly changing, slowly breaking down through erosion, flash floods, and shifting soil. What looks solid one day can collapse the next. Rockfalls, landslides, and sudden washouts are common threats in this region. The steep walls of the canyon are made from soft sedimentary rock. These layers don't hold up well against pressure. Heavy rains can cause the cliffs to crumble without warning. Roads and trails built along the edge have to be repaired often. Sometimes entire sections vanish overnight. Palo Duro is also prone to wildfires. The dry grasslands and scrub brush that grow along the rim and canyon floor create a perfect fuel source. All it takes is one lightning strike or a spark from a passing vehicle to start a blaze. Fires can sweep through in minutes, destroying habitats, burning structures, and threatening nearby communities. Flash floods are another constant risk. Even when rain falls miles away, water races down into the canyon with little warning. These walls funnel the runoff into narrow channels, where it gains speed and power. Campers and hikers can be caught off guard, with very little time to react. Despite these dangers, Texans embrace the canyon. They hike its trails, ride horses along its ridges, and camp beneath the stars. Palo Duro represents the wild spirit of Texas, untamed, beautiful, and proud. But nature is always in motion. And this land reminds us that even the strongest places can break. The threat isn't just to tourists. Roads and highways near the canyon face erosion and collapse. Power lines and pipelines run through unstable areas. Homes built nearby risk damage from fire or flood. As the region develops and more people move closer, the risks become harder to ignore. Texans are tough. We don't run from danger, we prepare for it. Park officials monitor conditions closely. Warning systems have improved, but nothing can stop the natural forces that carved this canyon in the first place. All we can do is respect them. The Palo Duro Canyon is a treasure, but it's also a test of how well we understand the land we live on. A reminder that in Texas, beauty and danger often go hand in hand. Have you ever visited Palo Duro Canyon or witnessed the raw power of nature in a place like this? Would you feel safe living near the edge of a canyon that's still changing? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.